What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to unpack the new Season 6 Cosmic Crucible that's coming in actually just a couple of days here before it resets, but we can already get started in terms of preparing the type of defenses and how each room is going to get set up, as well as providing some insight what I'm going to be using offensively, guys. So first and foremost, I do like to feel it out for the next couple weeks to see, you know, what kind of options and enemies we're going to be facing up against. And as well, we can make changes along the way too. So hopefully this can share some insight for you guys of what I'm using. But obviously, I'll keep you up to date. I know each and every team may not work, but that's why it's always fun to see some new changes coming in and see that getting applied here. So let's get right to it. First and foremost, with every new season, there's always a wider general rule that's going to get applied across all rooms. And in this case, it's going to be the Symbiotic 6. So really cool. Nice shout out to Symbiote characters, and as well having a Hive Mind getting introduced this season. You can see here, Symbiote characters now are going to count as both Superior 6 and Sinister 6. So some theory crafting opportunities to actually make them obviously get applied to a broader scale in terms of team. Really important to note that, because with Superior 6 characters as well, they're going to be gaining, barrier on each successful attack, 15% of max HP, which is pretty notable. On the successful attacks as well, they're removing revive ones from the attacker. So just something to be mindful of, great against a Dormammu kind of team when they remove that. And as well, all characters gaining 20% and 10%, 20% HP, 10% damage. Each completed attempt still has the exhaust. So this is all consistent with the last season, but just something to be mindful of, obviously, when you're taking a look at these factors. So for room 1, it is called Invulnerable, and with this room specifically, on defense and offense, Raider and Skirmisher ISO 8 character classes are going to gain 200% extra damage when under 50% HP. I think obviously with this one, the team that makes the most sense to me is Gamma. I just think that they have a lot of bursts, especially Red Hulk's ultimate, and naturally they already have a lot of Skirmisher and Raiders getting utilized in their kit overall. So as you can see there, this is a good one to consider for sure, and they're going to be able to do some good burst damage. I think this is a Gamma will be an interesting team to try out here in terms of just seeing how the enemy plays against it, and then we can adjust accordingly. But let me know if you guys feel like there's a better team on this. Obviously, I'm still going to be experimenting. Mystic Healthcare, I thought long and hard about this one. Mystic characters gaining 20% drain per negative effect, which includes bleed, offense down, trauma, or disruption. And to be honest, there's not that many good Mystic overall teams. I think many folks are probably going to use Darkhold. They seem to be a safe bet. Morgan Le Fay is really built up already, and most characters are level 90 with Gear Tier 17 if you went for Big Boy Apocalypse. So, I mean, I think this is a good one just to feel out and see if there's any kind of synergies. One way you can switch this up is obviously adding Quicksilver. You can bring him in instead of Scarlet Witch. You can bring in Apocalypse to make the team more cemented. Dormammu, I think, could be very good as well. But I'm going to feel it out first. I like to start pretty staple here and see how the enemies adjust to my defenses, and then work accordingly there. Especially with it being the first week coming up here, we got lots of time to prepare, and it's going to be like a full-on month plus before we see the next season after that anyway. So definitely an opportunity for that. Okay. When it rains, so this one is very, very interesting because when a positive effect is applied, it increases the duration of all positive effects up to 3 times. So obviously you want a team that naturally has a lot of positives, right? Conversely against that is that when a negative effect is applied, increase the duration of all negative effects up to a maximum of 3 times. So you really want a team that can cleanse, that can take care of business, but as well, if they have good supportive buffs, this could be definitely an efficiency killer in this room. To be honest, the only team that really stood out for me is going to be the Infinity Watch. I think they're just really good. Usually my Infinity Watch is on defense because I don't want to overdo it on my defense, but Infinity Watch has such a strong place with their safeguard and immunity that they're going to get it right away, and it's going to get, I think, if I'm understanding this room correctly, they'll get essentially 2 or 3 turns of safeguard, plus all their normal buffs that they get to start battle. So this is pretty big. I think this is a good one to see how the enemy plays against that, because my team is smaller for sure because I haven't built them up for quite some time. But they always seem to have a place and can waste an opponent's team, which is kind of nice. But again, it's nice that they still have value. If you guys have a huge Infinity Watch, they're going to do really well. But this is pretty much a burner room for me, especially where my Infinity Watch goes, and for me to kind of see what the opponent plays as well. We have next up here Spiritual Energy. So this one's also, I think, going to be kind of a difference maker in terms of what we're going to be seeing in terms of efficiency. But as you can see on defense and offense characters, anytime a character gains energy from an active ability, it's going to be +1. An enemy character dies, they're going to be gaining +1 energy, and it seems like it's the attacking ally that actually gains the energy. I don't believe it's every character, but just something to be mindful of. As per what we've heard anyways from the envoys. And then lastly, ultimate abilities cost 3 more ability energy, so you definitely want to be strategic here in who you bring in, because characters like Apocalypse, Super Skrull, they're not going to be able to get their ultimate off turn 1 unless they have some sort of battery, right? Some sort of character that can bring that up. But having said that, that's actually why I wanted to bring in my Super Skrull as defense, because Secret Defenders does exceptionally well already. They have a huge amount of burst. They have great special abilities that can be utilized across the board here, including Super Skrull, Black Cat, Robbie. They have some of the best specials in the game, and they're going to be all utilizing that right from the get-go. All they really need to do is get one enemy down, and they're going to be getting ability energy and rolling. So what I'm hoping for this one to happen is my Super Skrull getting a chance to wipe everyone with his ultimate, and it's going to grant a whole bunch of energy for the team, and it's just going to be rinse and repeat. I think this is going to be a really strong defense to get through, but we're going to see how this plays out, because I'll show you guys my offensive options as a result of that. But yeah, it's fun to see how this is going to play out. Definitely a cool room in terms of the mechanic. Robotic Double on defense and offense. Tech characters, whenever a tech ability uses an ultimate, they're going to revive tech with 100%. You know, to be honest, I just want to see how Pegasus does. They're probably going to get easily countered and flipped by Eternals, but at least that throws Eternals to this room, so that way they can't be used in another room. I prefer that, because the only obvious team to me right now is Tech. Each one of these characters getting an opportunity to revive, and as well having strong synergy with each other. Otherwise, you could put some random Tech characters, but I don't know if that would make sense. So I want to see how this plays out first. It's definitely a good one to at least pull the Eternals away, so that way you know they're not getting utilized in the other rooms that we have against, right? Which is good to know as well. It's a strategy, right? Even though they may not be the best placement on defense, you know that team is getting pulled, and that's what this is all about. It's an efficiency battle. And then lastly, health insurance. So defense and offense on all characters, they're going to actually remove the positive effects and then heal for 10%. And honestly, I think this one, the one that makes the most sense to me is just getting a tanky team, or a team that has good amount of sustain, so that way even if their positive effects are getting removed, they're going to be a fortress, right? So for me, I just want to use a burner team. Rebirth is very strong for me, as you can see, 1.4 with the stat increases here. I just want to make the most of what they have, right? I think this is potentially where Out of Time is likely going to be going, just given their defensive fortitude and how they're going to be relying a lot of their passives. So now we already have Carter and Captain America built up from previous Dark Dimension 6, so it's great to see that we can utilize that value there. But I want to see how tanky they are. I want to see if they can kill the efficiencies. But I think what's going to win it for me in defense anyways is going to be my Room 4. I don't know if they'll be able to clear it. Then we have strong efficiency killers like Room 6, and as well as Room 3 being able to just, waste time. And then Room 1 and Room 2 hopefully can give my opponents a hard time. So that covers my defense, guys. I'm just going to quickly rip through now my offense. What does that leave here now for offensive options? And I'm pretty happy with what I have right now, and hence why I want to see how the first week plays out, and then I'll adjust accordingly. But we have this weird mix mash of characters at the very top here. You can see Phoenix, Black Widow, Apocalypse, Omega Red, Doctor Doom. That's not a team. I just have them slotted in there as kind of like a reminder for me that I can utilize them in those situations where I can pivot. So just like a plug and play team, but not a team itself. I'm going to use them where I need them. We have the full Def Seed now to be able to utilize, because we were using them on defense in the previous season, but now it's great to see that they get them added value back here. Using them offensively is going to be awesome, just to see how the added value investment is going to matter. I think Eliminate X-Men is going to be a really good team to use in Room 1, hence why I didn't want to put them on defense on Room 1. I think they can get through it, especially if you mix it up with the different raiders and skirmishers. They bounce back and forth between the 50% HP, so it's going to be big. I also wanted to try out my Hive Mind team. I'm slowly working them up, but my Hive Mind team is going to have some synergy with Superior 6, Sinister 6, so they're all grouped together here, and I want to play with them accordingly and boost them up. Typically, my Superior 6, they're not huge here, as you can see, but they can usually punch up 500-600k on a team, and that's why I like having them offense. I'm going to get that opportunity here to do so. Same story with Masters of Evil. Very weak, but my Kang is usually the one that matters anyways to get through the defenses, so that's what's going to ultimately matter here. We have this other plug and play mixture here of Tangle Web, Dormammu, Shang-Chi, Val. Actually, they're pretty strong together. I've been pretty happy with what they can get done, but it'll be interesting. Maybe I can put them on defense because they're pretty tanky as well. We'll see how this coming week goes. And then as well, my classic Eternals with my new Warriors, and we still have Unlimited X-Men being available as well. So Nowhere, Wakanda. So we actually have a lot of teams and even burner teams that we can utilize, but it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be the defense. I think it's going to be coming down all the way to how well you can crush your enemy's efficiency and defense level. And if there's a room that survives, like my room 4, that could be very well be the difference maker, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, but I'm curious what you're using in your rooms, if you agree or disagree. But as always, we're going to be updating this continually just to see how the first couple weeks go and see what works, what doesn't. Obviously, it's always going to be different week to week, but at least we can see now some of these groups, and they seem really fun, guys. So hopefully they keep this up. Do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.